Hey guys, you know those messes, those awful, terrible, horrible messes that kind of creep up as you're living in your house? Well, I've got a few of those problem rooms, and today I'm going to show you the beginning and the middle of a room, and then I'm going to ask for your advice as to what you do with it. So stay tuned. So we're in the back of the bar right now. This is part of my house that you don't often see. I show it very little because of this kind of thing. You can see it turns into a storage area for every single thing that I use in the kitchen or elsewhere. It's crazy. So I have this really cool wallpaper in here. This is probably, I'm thinking they put this in here when this was the Russian bear. So this would be about 100 years old. And it looks like it's 100 years old, doesn't it? This was the wallpaper that was actually in the whole tavern for many, many, many years. But one of the owners felt it was way too dark and she ripped it all down. And that's why the tavern looks like it does now. But fortunately, no one has ripped down this wallpaper. So I have this really great sign back here, and I've got a lot of storage. There's shelves all underneath here, and then there's two open shelves, which I think are great, you know, for a bar kind of thing. But you can see even here, I've thrown candles in there. Down there, there's paint that I didn't bother bringing back to the basement because, well, I thought I might use it sometime. And I think I am going to, I am going to use it. And I've got some, you know, just plate chargers and everything else. So this is kind of an overflow place. My daughter goes out and buys a lot of different kind of drinks and doesn't like them, so they sit there. And I have a little refrigerator right there. I also have an extension kind of outlet here, real dark, and when I turn that on, all of these twinkle lights come on and it lights up this room, and it's just adorable. These were once lights, and I put candles in there because the lights aren't hooked up anymore. And we have a little window that goes to the outside. So I keep drinks in there, and it's just a really, really handy little spot. But like I said, we end up filling the floor with junk, and this becomes a tripping hazard really, really quickly. Now, part of what's going on over here is there's a little room next to it. And this was built with a paneled door. I believe that at one time this was probably all open. And they did actually call this the sick room at one time. So let's go and look in there. And you guys will see what I mean in a minute. Oh, in here, we've just got a big mess. I mean, this is where I end up throwing things that I don't know where to go with. And I'm cleaning the house. And so things just get dumped and plopped in here. There's at least 4 boxes in here of things from my barn sale. And there are, I've got signs, and that same wallpaper is in here. There's also, right behind that picture there, there's a place to go behind the fireplace. And an old wreath that an owner left here, former owner. It's just a mess. This wallpaper, even though it's the great same old wallpaper, it is really gross back here. Fortunately, there is a window, and there was a time that I was thinking of knocking out the closet behind this and turning this into a bathroom. And that would have been a really great idea to go forth as a bed and breakfast, but we aren't really doing that anymore. So I decided to turn this into a storage place. So I am going to put a refrigerator back here, and I'm going to turn this kind of into a pantry, maybe a little more kitchen storage. and clean it up. I'm going to have to paint over that wallpaper because it is really gross. So that is my big job of cleanup right now. So I started cleaning it. Hello, Dewey, honey. Hello, baby boo. I started taking things out, and you can see all this stuff was on the floor back there. So it's filled up, this whole kitchen. And this was all on the floor. And because I put the cart before the horse, I found this really cool thing at Home Depot. And it's a refrigerator, but it's also convertible, so it can be a freezer. I have a freezer downstairs, so I don't need it to be a freezer, but I do need it to be a refrigerator. So this is going to be the refrigerator we put in the back room, and I think it's going to be really helpful. It'll have 7 cubic feet, and we'll be able to keep a lot of stuff there when we need it, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to take you into the kitchen. Very dark and rainy today. So this is what I make in the fall to eat. I call it apple crisp, but it's more like an apple oatmeal. I basically take quick oats and I start with apples and I chop them up, and then I put cinnamon on it, and then I put quick oats on it, and I cook it at 400 for about 45 minutes, and then the apples get all mushy, and then we stir it all up, and it's so delicious and healthy, no sugar. So here's our refrigerator. It has bit the bullet. The freezer has been going for a while, and the refrigerator went, and that instigated a call to the local appliance place where I purchased another refrigerator. I'm getting black, and that's going to come in tomorrow. So we have been living all week we do have a refrigerator in the barn, but it's been a crappy, rainy, icky week. So we haven't really ventured out there to get our food. So we've been living all week without a refrigerator, which prompted me to get the extra refrigerator, but which has now prompted me to have to clean the back room. So Cammie and I are going to do that this afternoon, and we're going to show you our results when we're done. I honestly don't even feel like I can do this. I honestly can't do this. How am I going to do this? Okay, now, well, I can kind of see the floor. I just already jabbed my hand on that fireplace screen. I actually have taken some stuff out of here already. You wouldn't even believe it by looking at it. It's such a disaster. So now I'm going to go in with a garbage can, start throwing things in the garbage. Oh, I got everything out. So I'm either going to paint over this paper or strip it. Preferably strip it, because, you know, I just would like to come in here and kills, and, you know, this is 100 years old, and look at how dirty it is. This is interesting. This seems to be wallpaper too on the bottom, some kind of paper covering. So I'm going to have to pull that off. And the floor, well, you know, I don't usually paint floors, but this floor is a yucky mess. So I think this floor is going to get painted too. I got this whole huge garbage bag of garbage out of this room, and I gave it a once over already with a vacuum, but I've got to give it another. Basically, yeah, you know, there was a mouse that got in here and got into my potpourri. Oh, there's a big mess. And he made a mess. And so I've got to go through and just clean this whole thing. It looks like there were wires around here. Actually, I was hoping that wire was plugged into something. It looks like it was plugged into there, which means there was an outlet there. So I'm going to have to show that to Tom. This is a pretty good space. Julie, keeper of my home, would probably make a very cute pantry out of this room. Now see, there are some places that if I take the wallpaper off, I might end up with, oh boy, this might need shiplap, this whole room, because it's looking like the plaster is coming down. That plaster is really a mess, so I don't think a paint job is going to do this thing justice. But I think we're going to have to get Shirtless Tom in here and explain to him that this little project has just turned really big. Really big. Oh boy. Alright guys, let's assess the damage here. Okay, that is a wire that runs all the way over to there. And there must have been an outlet there, which is no longer there, but it'd be pretty easy for Tom to drop an outlet in there. Plus, there's an outlet box right here. This is going to be where we put the refrigerator. This whole room just stinks. That is going to come off, whatever wallpaper is going to come off. I'd say there's going to be a coat of Kills put on the whole wall. And then I'm thinking shiplap. I love the window, and the window actually opens, so yay to that. That looks like a hookup for water, which I gotta have Tom look at that and see what that's about, because they might have had a little sink back here, which is kind of interesting. And I'm wondering if when this was a bar, if this wasn't closed off and this was actually opened and they had, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering. I'm wondering if people in the 70s put this up and not them. Or at least when they started this place, if they didn't have that and they built that later. I'm very curious. I'm also thinking about these shelves. Do they stay or do they go? Does one stay? Do both stay? The problem is you can't put the shelf up higher unless you put it way up high, and then it's kind of no good. Because of that opening right there that we have to leave open. So, yeah. I think the next thing that we're going to do in here is I'm going to have Tom just bleach it, clean it. I'm very allergic to dust and chemicals, so I have to have him do that, see if he can pull some of this stuff off, and then see how clean we can get it, and then we'll give it a coat of Kills, and then we'll see what we can do from there. We're going to have to figure this out. Also, those are kind of a nice wood, so maybe if I just stain them, give them a coat of some kind of shellac varnish, that might be really nice in here. But then the question is, what am I going to use it for? Truly, that is shelf height, and without that other shelf there, that could be like a working shelf where you could put some things. I wouldn't put food in here, not unless it was covered, because I just feel like there's too many freeways for mice to come in. And you know, an old farmhouse, we just fight a losing battle with mice. So, but that is a really good counter. I mean, I can see Julie, I wish you were here right now. I could see Julie turning that into a counter and putting stuff down there and putting a little curtain or something on it and having a little sink right over here. The problem with the sink, though, you know, it'd have to be really thin. And then really, what's the purpose of the sink here? I'm not sure. Although it would make for a nice pantry. So, oh wow. It's just really interesting to think, like, what did they do in here? Obviously, they painted yellow. When they had something else sitting there, there was something sitting behind there. It was probably some kind of counter. And this was definitely the era. If you take this wall out, which we're not going to do, but if you took that wall out, then I can see that this was once a sick room. There's enough room here for a bed and a little heater or something to keep people warm. And there were quite a few people that were in the sick room and they died in this house. But now, look around. I have all kinds of things that need to be washed. And then I have to decide where they're going to be rehomed. Hey, there's stuff. I guess there's not too much stuff, but there's stuff. This guy just poked a big hole in my hand. So yeah, I gotta get Tom. Let's see if he's in a meeting. The whole rest of the house looks so good. I just have to get that room organized and then do Tom's office. And things are gonna look really good. I'm starting to take things around for the sale. I'm gonna sell that bunny and I'm gonna sell that cool witch. A whole lot of Christmas decor. I do have to be mindful of my Christmas decor because I'm going to be in Judy Clement's book next year for Christmas. So I decided not to give away too much. Are you in a meeting?
No.
Do you think I could have 5 minutes of your time, please?
Just to show the mess in here?
No. No, that's another day. I can't even look there. I can't even look. All right, here we go.
You want me to see this mess? Or?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it looks a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, but we have to decide what we're going to do about this room.
Yeah, this is needs a little work
Yeah.
because we got this wallpaper that's coming off.
Well, I think we tear it off.
Well, yes, I know that, but wow.
Yeah.
Do we want these shelves here?
Well, that's a question.
I mean, they're pretty substantial.
Right.
Crowd the room significantly.
Well, they do crowd the room. That's true.
Because, like, if you put the refrigerator, what would you do? Put the refrigerator
Right where you're standing.
like this way, though,
Yeah.
not this way,
No.
because you wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't even think of putting it that way.
Okay,
'Cause
I
wouldn't
just
be
wanted
able
to.
to open it.
I'm just talking through the details.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a mess.
Yeah. I mean, how are we going to clean this up and make it decent so we don't want to...
Well, it needs some serious cleaning and redoing.
Yeah.
Probably the simplest thing to do.
Uh-huh.
If the wallpaper's still secure.
Look up there. Look, now, where you are, look up in the corner. Looks like the whole...
It's not coming down. Well, it will be in time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I mean,
Okay, I want you to look at that too. Look, there's something for an outlet.
yeah, I know. Who knows what that is?
Well, they had an outlet there because look, they ran that wire over there. See that wire on the floor?
Yeah, I see that wire.
No. Oh, I missed some stuff. And look at this.
Yes, I knew that.
You knew that was there?
Yep,
Was that for water?
it's a radiator.
Oh, that's for a radiator.
Probably. That's a radiator.
Oh, they probably had a radiator right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
not water.
Okay. All right.
Did you see this?
What this?
This?
Yeah, what is that?
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, I know.
I think they, that probably, my guess is that it might have held some sort of tools that were used in the bar.
Huh.
Like little,
They're like skewers or something.
yeah, that's what it kind of looks like.
And well, okay, if they use those tools in the bar, then that wall was there.
When the bar was
Yeah.
used. Which I would believe because the bar is built to that wall.
Well, that's true.
So that, you know,
Yeah.
I would dare say this is where they had their like supplies for the bar.
Huh.
Over and above what they had right there.
Right.
But
Right. So this is what I was thinking. If we tried to pull off whatever wallpaper we could, and you scrub this place with bleach, right? And then maybe we put kills on the walls to kill any chance of any kind of musty, moldy, icky stuff, right?
well, see, I think taking wallpaper off is going to be difficult other than so places where it's about to fall apart, I'd say let's just take that apart, patch it, and then do whatever we need to do to seal this and clean this, and then whatever you want to do as far as final finish there. Otherwise, what we do is we take this.
Oh, look at that wall. That's curvy.
Well, yeah, who knows what that is? I mean, I'd have to look in there and see what's going on there.
Right.
But I mean, that could be cement. That could be part of from the oven. This would be the curve from the oven, and they
from
just
the beehive oven.
And they just went over top of it.
You
know. Did something creative. So yeah. You have to think big time what you want to do in here, because the other thing that I'd be thinking about would be, before I saw that, was just strip this down to the bareness, that too, down to the outside wall, and then see what's in there, and then if there's nothing in there, then maybe put a real hollow wall with some insulation, run some wiring up, put some outlets in, put some lights in, put a disco ball. This could be the party place.
We need lights. We need a light. We need a light, and we need a couple outlets.
Yeah.
But I thought of shiplap.
Yeah, well, here's our challenge with shiplap, is these walls don't look very flat.
Yeah.
So if you want to do shiplap, then we got to get ourselves down to some place, or we have to build something out that makes us get a nice level, nice straight flat surface.
Plus, but if we build something out, we're going to lose 4 inches, 5
We
inches
lose
in the
space.
room.
So I'd rather go that way and tear out to the outside wall. Well, except for that's not an outside wall.
That's not an outside
that's
wall.
That's an inside wall.
Yeah, that's the closet in the other room.
Yeah, so. But they got plaster on this side, right?
Yeah, and plaster on the other side too.
Yeah. I don't know, dear.
And I feel like that closet is a source of must too in the other room. Now, you know, I love 250-year-old closets. They're cool looking, but I don't really want the molds and the must.
Well, we can still clean that up on that side, but are you saying that you want to take...
No, I'm just talking about that closet while I'm standing here. No, I don't want to take this out and make it all a big pantry, because that should, if that doesn't stay a closet, that needs a closet.
Yeah, it should have a closet, because otherwise that's not a bedroom.
Else it's not a bedroom, so to be counted as a bedroom, it needs to be. So we had once thought of making...
we could put a closet in here and make this into another bedroom.
Oh, that's really a good idea.
Well, look at that. We got 2 bunks. In the old days, these would have held 2 people.
I would wash your hands after all your touching, because I took a lot of mouse crap out of this room.
In the old days, you could sleep 2 people in here.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's true. That's a bunk.
Yeah, you could have put another bunk in there. This would be the bunk room for the guys that work out in the field.
That's actually a good idea. You know, I like to make bedrooms.
And let's find some 21st century people who would like to sleep in here. In that condition.
Yeah, no, it's a bad idea.
Only those who have lived in a submarine would.
I don't even think the fire marshal would allow it, because the door is not 30 inches thick.
Wow. As long as they could get out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. It's
a project that we have to do soon.
It's a project. It's not.
It's a this weekend project.
Oh, it's a this weekend project.
Yeah.
What if I had other plans?
Chop wood. You chop wood every weekend. It's time to do something in here so we can take care of this mess. Because this mess is now here until that's cleaned up.
So you found this in there, right?
What did I find?
Did you find this in there?
Yeah.
Do you know what the heck that is?
No, I don't know what that is. Does anyone know what this is? Oh. Runs on battery. Hope the battery's not corroded. My sense is it's a spinner for to hang your meat on.
Oh, that could be.
and it automatically turns it
That could be.
when it's in the fireplace. That's what I think it is.
Well, that could be.
When can we get started on that room?
Well, I'll just stop working and do that.
Says the man who puts in 50, 60 hours a week. Yeah. Okay.
We'll start on it.
Okay.
But we gotta figure out the plan.
Well, I think the first plan is pulling that wallpaper off, whatever can come off, and bleaching that room and cleaning it up. I think that's the first plan. And then, if we can get away with just painting it, then maybe we just do that.
All right.
Okay?
But you figure out, what you want the end product to be. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You have to figure out what the end result has to be.
All right, so I'm going to put this out there to all of you viewers, and you guys had so many good ideas about Mel's house.
Some for ideas.
So I'm going to ask you guys for ideas. What do you think we should do with that room?
Yeah. Yeah.
We need some advice.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Because, I'm sure they'd have lots of good ideas.
I'm sure they would. Okay, guys, we love you.
So then,
What?
and then if you give us good ideas, then you own a piece of our house.
No, you don't. Why do you say stupid things like that? We just need the ideas, guys. We love you. Okay.
We'll sign your name.
Bye. I'm signing you off.